Good evening. Kagwapo at ang gaganda niyo po ngayong gabi. Ngayong gabi lang. Bukas hindi na. Anyway, ako po'y masaya. Nakita ko na naman ng iba. At though, maulan, pero thank you po sa inyong time. Nandito kayo. At sana okay lang po yung karamihan dahil yung iba binaha ata. Anyway, tulad ng sabi nung ating MC, ang pag-uusapan natin ay tungkol sa excellence. Do your best. Yan yung ating series. Sound? Okay. Malinaw ako dyan, okay? Do your best. Series ngayong August. At our topic is creating customers. Cheating customers is business suicide. Okay? Liwanag kasi, nasilaw ako. Ginastify, no? Shortcuts may give quick profit, but they destroy long-term trust. Okay? So, if you want to be great in business, learn to serve people. This is our message for today's topic. Let me ask you a simple question. What does a customer, why does a customer give you money? Kanina pa ako nagkakamali sa basa, no? Bakit nga ba? Bakit tayo binabayaran ng ating mga customers? Ang reason, because they trust you. Kung hindi ka nila pinagkakatiwalaan, alangan namang bigyan kanila ng bayad o bayaran kanila. Okay? Kaya sila nagbayad kasi nagtitiwala sila unang-una sa'yo or sa negosyo na meron ka. So they trust that what you promise is what they will receive. They trust that your product is worth what they paid. And they trust that you will not take advantage of them. But here's where many business go wrong. Usually they ask this, how much money can I get from this customer? Magkano ba yung kikitain ko pag nakipag-transact ako dito? Magkano ba yung para sa akin? Instead na, ang dapat na tinatanong nila ay, how well can I serve this customer? Minsan, pag yung pera na yung naging importante kaysa sa tao, no? Yung pandaraya, yung dishonesty, yung shortcuts, doon na nagsisimula. Doon na rin magsisimula yung pagkasira ng negosyo natin o ng ginagawa natin. Maybe the customer didn't notice or doesn't notice it instantly or today. Maybe you make an extra peso or penny from that. Or sometimes you earn million from doing shortcuts. But eventually, people will discover the truth. At yun yung nakakatakot. Kasi, when they discover the truth, trust disappears. Trust disappears. Business follows. Mawawala na rin yung negosyo mo. So, you can cheat someone into buying once, but you cannot cheat someone into becoming a loyal customer. Merong process yung pagkakaroon ng customer. Hindi ito yung topic natin kaya hindi ko na siya nilagay sa point kasi baka yun yung matandaan nyo. Pero merong 5 process or 5 simple flow yung customer. Number 1 is customer acquisition. Yung pag-acquire ng customer, pagkuha ng mga bagong customer. Pangalawa, yung customer satisfaction. Dito mo na i-deliver yung value na i-promise mo. Kailangan ma-satisfy yung customer. Number 3, customer retention. Paano mo ma-retain o mapapabalik yung customer mo? Bibigyan mo sila ng reason. Yun ay kung mabibigay mo ba yung value ng binayaran nila. Number 4, dito na papasok yung customer loyalty. Okay? Nagtitiwala na sila sa'yo. Hindi na lang sila babalik, kundi nagtitiwala na sila sa'yo. And lastly, customer advocacy. Ito yung kasama mo na yung customer mo dun sa pinaniniwalaan mo din na makapagbigay ka ng solusyon sa iba. Pati sila nagre-recommend na, nagre-refer na. So this is the 5 simple flow kung paano magkaroon ng customer. And you cannot have loyal customer. Ano sabi niyan? Kung dadayain mo sila. Sa kingdom, or pag pinag-usapan natin yung kingdom principle ng pagninegosyo, si Jesus, tinuruan niya yung yung greatness ay hindi makikita pag maraming tao yung nagsiserve sa'yo. Kundi yung greatness is found in how many people you serve. Pag binasa natin yung Matthew 20:26 to 28, sabi dyan, "Not so with you. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be your slave, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." Jesus completely changed the definition of greatness. Binago niya eh. Sa mundo, ikaw yung pinagsisilbihan, pero sabi niya, hindi sa atin. Hindi sa inyo. Sabi niya sa mga disipulo. Kung gusto niyo maging great, kailangan niyo mag-serve. Kung gusto niyo mauna, kailangan niyo maging slave sa pagsaserve. Even the Son of Man, siya yung tinutukoy niya, si Jesus, didn't come to be served, but to serve. Now, the world would say, if you're successful, people should serve you. Pero sinasabi ni Jesus Christ, if you want to become great, successful, serve people. You must be your servant. Ikaw dapat yung nagsiserve. So, this principle applies to leadership. Pag binasa mo yan, tungkol yan sa pagiging great, sa pagiging leader. Pero it also applies powerfully sa business. Pwede rin natin gamitin sa negosyo. Your customer do not exist to serve your business, but your business exists to serve your customers. So your product should serve them. Your product or your service should help them. Your employees should respect your customer, and your system should make their lives easier. Business should solve problems. So kung yung negosyo mo hindi nakakapag-solve ng problema or real problem, we cannot call it business, right? Okay, kasi baka imbis na makapagbigay ka ng serbisyo, makapagbigay ka ng perwisyo. That's why we need to learn this principle. Doing business is serving people, not earning money. Okay? So, when your only goal is to earn or to extract money from your customer, eventually, people feel used. Mafe-feel nila na ginagamit lang tayo nito ah. So, wala kang magiging loyal na customer at mga customer na kasama mo sa sa advocacy mo. But when your goal is genuinely to serve people, you can create value. And when you create value consistently, trust begins to grow. Sabi sa Proverbs 11, yan. Sabi diyan, the Lord detests dishonest scales, but accurate weights find favor with Him. So, nung sinulat to, yung Proverbs, no? Yung mga merchant nung unang panahon, dishonest pagdating sa weighing scale na ginagamit nila. Ano? Minamanipulate nila. So, customers receive less than what they paid for. Hindi naman nababago yan ngayon. Ganun pa rin ngayon. Mas matindi na nga lang ngayon kasi pati sa advertisement, ang daya na. False advertisement yung binibigay, may mga hidden charges nakalagay, 15,000 lang babayaran mo, magugulat ka nung nag-swipe ka na ng credit card mo or hiningi mo na yung bill, ang dami ng charges na doble na halos yung dapat mong bayaran. Fake promises, low quality products presented as premium, taking payment and failing to deliver. Hindi naman na-deliver. Changing agreements after customers have already paid. Ibig sabihin, kung ano yung pinapromise ng ibang mga negosyo ay hindi naman nabibigay ng tama. But God cares about how business is done. Kaya nga tinuturuan niya tayo ng mga prinsipyong pinag-aaralan natin ngayon. Profit does not justify dishonesty. Hindi, Lord. Kailangan kumita eh. Ba't kailangan mo kumita? Kasi para yung negosyo ko ay lumaki. Para mas marami pa akong matulungan, magkaroon ng negosyo, ng trabaho. Para mabuhay ko yung pamilya ko. Kaya okay lang yun. I-justify natin sa pagsisinungaling yung mga bagay na ginagawa nating mali sa pagninegosyo. O, i-justify natin dahil sa pagkita ng pera na kailangan nating magawa para sa pamilya natin, para makatulong tayo sa iba. I-justify natin yung mga bagay na kasinungalingan sa negosyo natin sa pamamagitan ng mga bagay na yun. Hindi yun yung tinuturo ni Lord, kundi yung principle ng pagsiserve. Okay? Malinaw ba? Naguluhan ba kayo sa explanation ko? Medyo nauutal eh. Sabi pa sa Philippians 2:4, if you're going to read this, not looking to your own interest, hindi sa sarili mong interest, but each of you to the interest of the others. Others means customer. Diba? Sa negosyo, yan yung others eh. Okay. Sa kingdom business, or if you're doing business sa pamamagitan ng principle ng kingdom, hindi dapat ang tinatanong mo kung ano yung para sa iyo, what's good for you, or what is it for you. Kundi dapat nang tanong mo, what's good for the others, or what's good for my customers. Healthy business creates value for both sides. The business wins and the customers wins. So, the message for tonight, before we start dun sa mga points na gusto nating i-discuss ngayong gabi, gusto ko malaman nyo na sa business, yung fundamental ay exchange of value. Binayaran ka, that's a value of money or penny, di ba? And then, your customer will receive something in return. When both sides receive what was honestly agreed upon, trust grows. But cheating breaks that exchange. The customer gives full payment but receive less than you promise. You may have gained financially or kumita ka ng pera, pero nawala sa iyo yung pinaka-importanteng valuable thing. Tiwala. Trust. Yan ang mawawala. And trust is one of the greatest asset in business. Because one satisfied customer can return repeatedly. One satisfied customer can recommend many customers. One satisfied customer can become customer forever. Diba? But one cheated customer can also tell many people, don't do business with them. Katulad ng sabi ko, hindi mo alam kung paano ka sinisiraan ng mga taong hindi mo nabigyan ng tama pagdating sa pagninegosyo. At ganun din naman, hindi mo rin alam kung paano ka i-promote ng mga taong satisfied sa serbisyong ibinigay mo. That's why you need to do your best pagdating sa pagninegosyo. Okay. Principle number 1. Your business exists to serve, not to take advantage. Sabi diyan sa Matthew 20, yung binasa natin kanina, tinuturuan tayo na yung greatness begins with service. This changes the way we think about customers. Customers are not walking money or walking wallets. Pag dumadating sila, tingin natin, diba, pera, di ba? Uy, kikita na naman tayo. Hindi ganun yung mga customers. Customers are people. Customers are people with needs, people with families, and people working hard for their money. When someone chooses your business, chooses you, okay? They are trusting you with part of what they work for. Pinaghirapan nila yon, pero ipagkakatiwala nila sa'yo. Babayaran ka nila. Okay? That's why, honor the trust, yung tiwala na binigay nila sa'yo. Ask yourself this question. Did this customer receive real value from us? Dapat lagi mong tinatanong. Hindi yung, how much can we squeeze out of this customer? Talagang pipigain mo para magbayad. Ganyan tinuturo sa mga salesman, di ba? Di ba, Daddy Birds? Pero hindi dapat ganun. Kailangan ng isipin ng kumpanya, pare-pares kayo ang mindset, na ibigay ba natin ng tama yung serbisyo? O nalinlang natin sila na yung product na pinakamahal, yung pinakamagandang dapat nilang mabili para mas malaki yung kita natin. Halimbawa, may dalawang customer, may dalawang salesman. Normally, nangyayari ito, no? Yung mga salesman, pag train yan, yung upselling, no? May upselling na tinatawag. Kahit hindi kailangan na ng customer, bibigyan mo sila ng dahilan para bumili. Sometimes you give them discounts or freebies. Pero ang tanong, kailangan ba talaga nila yung pinabili mo sa kanila? So, yung dalawang salesman, yung isa, sabi niya, Sir, ito, pinakamaganda. Hindi, kailangan ko lang ganito. Pero sir, ito yung pinakamaganda namin. Bumili, di ba? Yung isa namang salesman, Sir, anong kailangan nyo? Yung ano lang kailangan ko, ganito, ganyan. Ito ba yung pinakamahal nyo? Sabi ng customer. Sir, hindi po yan yung makakapag-solve nung gusto nyo. Ito po, meron po kami medyo mura lang. Ha? So, ang tanong, sino sa dalawa yung nag-serve? Yung nagbenta ng mahal kahit hindi kailangan? O yung nagbenta ng hindi man siya kikita ng malaki dahil mas maliit yung product na binili, mas maliit yung, most likely, yung kanyang referral or yung incentive. Pero binentahan niya ng tama. So, sino sa kanila yung nag-serve? Yung pangalawa. Tama? So, that's service. Ang maganda nito, the more na ginagawa mo yun, maaaring maliit yung kita mo for now. Pero yung mga customer, babalik sila ng babalik sa'yo. Hindi nila mapifeel na ginamit mo sila, tinake advantage mo sila. At hindi lang siya yung babalik, madami pa galing sa kanya. I-recommend ka niya. So, reality, customers know when you are helping them and when you are simply trying to sell them. The truth is, the business or businesses that serve people best are often the business people trust most. Naintindihan? Principle number 2. Never sacrifice long-term trust for short-term profit. Cheating can sometimes make money. Yes. Minsan malaki pa nga. That's what makes it tempting. Kung yung cheating walang maproproduce, wala nang gagawa nun. The problem is that the dishonest profit comes with hidden cost. You may gain money today, but lose repeat customers tomorrow. You may save money by lowering quality of your product or services, but destroy your reputation. You may win one transaction, but lose hundreds of future transactions. So you choose. Sabi sa Proverbs 21:6, a fortune made by a lying tongue is a fleeting vapor and a deadly snare. So mayroon pa. Marami sa Proverbs patungkol dyan sa pandaraya na kumikita ka pero nandaraya ka. Sabi pa dito sa Proverbs 13:11, dishonest money dwindles away, but whoever gathers money little by little makes it grow. So, kung ito yung sinasabi ng Bible, we need to use this principle. Dishonest money dwindles away. Reality. Short-term thinking asks, how much did we make today? But the long-term thinking asks, will this customer still trust us tomorrow? So, pumili ka dyan kung ano yung dapat na tinatanong mo lagi sa sarili mo. Truth. Never trade your reputation for temporary profit. Principle number 3. Honesty is part of excellence. Some people think excellence means beautiful packaging, kala natin expensive equipment or professional uniform or nice offices or fast service. Yung mga bagay na yan can be excellent. But biblical excellence begin deeper. Okay? It begins with character. You cannot call a business excellent if the presentation is excellent, but the practices are dishonest. You cannot say, we give our best, while secretly giving customer less than what they paid for. Excellence without integrity is only appearance. Sabi sa Proverbs 10:9, whoever walks in integrity walks securely. But whoever takes crooked paths will be found out. Malalaman din. Yung kasinungalingan o yung style mo na mali. Integrity means your public promises and private practices are the same. What you advertise, you deliver. What you promise, you honor. What customers pay for, you provide. This is the reality. Quality is not only what customers can see. Quality is also what you do when customers cannot see. The truth is, real excellence is doing the right things even when cheating would be easier. Mas madali namang kumita sa panluloko. Pero ano ba yung mas maganda? Ano ba yung mas may long-term effect? Pangalagaan mo yung reputation mo o kumita ka ng malaki ngayong araw? You think. Principle number 4. When you make mistake, fix it. Excellence does not mean your business will never make mistakes. Wrong orders happen. Nagkakamali yung mga tao mo. Yung product na ginawa nyo minsan sablay. Nakapag-deliver kayo ng late, sobrang delay na, yung system nyo nasira dahil may tao kang hindi sumunod, the question is not, will we ever make mistakes? No. The question is, what will you do when we make one? Anong gagawin natin pag nagkamali tayo? Fix it. A mediocre business hides mistakes. A dishonest business blames customers. But an excellent business takes responsibility. Excellent business say, we made a mistake, but we will fix it. Sometimes correcting a mistakes costs money. You will replace the product or redo the work. Ang tawag nila dyan, back job. Diba? Refund the money. Minsan yung pride natin sa pag-apologize. Pero ang pinaka-importante, we do things right even though we make mistakes. We fix it. You may lose money sa transaction na yun, but you may gain something much more valuable. What's that? A customer's trust. That's why yung mga pinaka malalaking negosyong kilala natin, yung mga tawag nila doon, shock absorber ng mga problema ng mga customer nila, may allocation fund yan. O, pag ito yung amount, pwede pa natin yan i-refund. Hanggat kaya nila, for the sake of not breaking the trust of the customers. Kahit napalitan pa nila ng buo o malugi pa sila. Nakakain na ba kayo sa restaurant na hindi kayo nagkaintindihan ng tawag dyan, waiter. Tapos nung dumating yung order mo, hindi yun yung in-order mo, tapos nirereklamo mo. Tapos nagalit sa'yo. Sabi niyo po, ganito eh. Oops, patay ka doon. Hindi na babalik yung customer pag ganun. Okay? Mas maganda ng reconciliation. Fix it. You give. Okay lang nalugi ka dun sa one transaction na yun. Pero ang mahalaga, you build the trust. Hindi nawala. Na-regain mo pa rin. So, the reality is, customers do not expect perfection, but they expect responsibility. Minsan kahit isang beses pa lang sila bumili, tapos nagkamali kayo, tapos inayos nyo, you gain trust. You regain it. Hindi naman nawala. Kasi inayos nyo, finix nyo yung problema. Okay? The truth, how you correct a mistake can build more trust than pretending you never make one. Mas maganda nang aminin mong nagkamali kayo kaysa na sabihin nung, tama yung sistema namin dito. Parang sinasabi nyo naman na hindi kami marunong. Diba? Hindi kami nagkakamali dito. Ginagawa na namin to for 10 years. Alangan man magkamali pa kami sa pagbibigay sa inyo. Problema nyo na yan. Baka pag-deliver sa inyo, sinabi nyo, pagbukas nyo, sira yung product. Wala namang kaming sinervan o binigyan ng produkto na sira. Lahat ng produktong sinerve namin or binigay namin sa customer, ibinenta namin ay maayos. First time lang kayo, sir. Tibay, di ba? Mas maganda nang aminin natin, okay, baka nga out of 10,000 customer, meron talaga products na meron ka o serbisyong ginawa nyo, may sumablay. Fix it. Hindi mo naman ikakalugi yun. Pero ikakasira ng tiwala ng mga customers. Mag-iingay yun, di ba? Yung mga customer, hindi mo alam paano ka sinisiraan eh. That's why beware of your action. Anong gagawin mo? You fix. Principle number 5. The greatest business create value by serving people. Sabi ni Jesus Christ, dun sa verse kanina sa Matthew 20, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant. This gives us completely different picture of a business greatness. Greatness is not simply how many branches you have or how much money you make or how many employees you have, how expensive your office is, or ano na narating ng kumpanya nyo. Hindi yan yung greatness na tinutukoy. Ano lang yan eh? Size. You are big, but you are not great. Sometimes, size and greatness are not the same. They are not the same thing. Sa kingdom principle, pinag-usapan natin kanina pa, yung greatness, dapat ang lagi niyang tinatanong para malaman niya kung great ba yung business niya. Okay? How many people are better or uplifted because of your business? How many problems have you solved? How many customers have you served honestly? How many employees have you developed? How many value have you created? And how faithfully have you represented God? Si Jesus mismo, dinemonstrate niya yung bagay na to. Hindi man sa pagninegosyo, pero sa pagiging leader. And we can connect it. Nasa kanya lahat ng authority because He is the Son of God. He is God. He is the Messiah. Yet He served. He had all the power, yet He gave. He was the greatest, yet He placed people before Himself. And He made Himself a slave like us. If Jesus defined greatness through service, then, Christian, hindi yun ikaw, attorney, ha? Ulitin ko. If Jesus defined greatness through service, then we, Christian business leaders, cannot define greatness only through profit, but by service also. Reality. Profit is necessary for a healthy business. Hindi naman pwedeng sabihin natin hindi kailangan, di ba? But profit should be the result of creating genuine value, not exploiting people. Profit is the byproduct, not the goal. Anong ibig sabihin? Pag nagtayo tayo ng negosyo, hindi dapat goal kumita ng pera. Byproduct na lang siya dapat ng service, ng pagsiserve natin sa mga tao na tinatawag nating customer. Kasi wala silang choice. Babayaran ka nila. Wala kang choice. They will pay you. Kahit natanggihan mo sila babayaran ka nila. Si Attorney Chris maraming beses na nagsabi na libre yan. Pero inaabutan siya. Di ba, Attorney Chris? Hindi, okay na. Okay lang, tumulong lang naman ako sandali. Hindi, Attorney, nakakahiya. Kasi service. The truth is, don't build a business around taking money from people. Build a business around serving people so well that they gladly pay for the value you provide. The final truth. Cheating customers may increase today's profit, but it destroys tomorrow's business. Because business is not built on transactions alone. Business is built on relationships. Ulitin ko, because business is not built on transactions alone. Business is built on relationships. Relationships requires trust. And trust requires integrity. Never forget this. Your customer is not there to serve you. You are there to serve your customers. This is kingdom leadership. This is kingdom business. That is excellence. So, stop asking, how much can I make from this customer? Start asking, how much value can I create for this customer? Because when you genuinely serve people, you create value. And when you create value, you build trust. And when you build trust, people return, people recommend, your reputation grows, and your business becomes known not only for what it sells, but for how it serves. Ganda nun, no? And your business becomes known not only for what it sells, but for how it serves. Jesus said, whoever wants to become great among you, you must be your servant. So, if you want to build a great business, again, if you want to build a great business, build a business that serves greatly. Okay? So, natuto ba kayo? Ulitin ko, yung pagninegosyo, tayong mga Christian businessman, ang goal natin ay hindi mag-earn ng money. Kasi kung yun yung goal natin, the source of income yung tinayo natin, hindi business. Ang business, nagsiserve sa tao, nagsosolve ng problema, nagkikreate ng value, at yung profit ay byproduct na lang. Inevitable. Pag na-build mo yung trust sa mga tao, hindi mo mapipigilan. Kikita't kikita ka. Wala kang magagawa. So, but, if your focus only is to earn money, you will compromise the principles of the kingdom. You understand? So, let's change our mind. Yan yung sinasabi ni Jesus sa atin. Ano sabi niya? Metanoia. Repent, for the kingdom of God is come near. Is at hand. Abot kamay na natin. Naniniwala ako na tayo ay namumuhay na sa kaharian ng Diyos. Tayong mga tumanggap sa Kanya, mga taong naniniwala na totoo ang mga sinabi niya, yung mga promises niya, yung mga salita niya. Tayo ay namumuhay sa kingdom. Kung tayo ay namumuhay sa kingdom, gamitin natin yung pag-iisip ng isang taong nakatira sa kingdom ng Diyos. Change your mind. This is how we do business. We do business to help others. We do business to solve problems. We do business to uplift life. We do business to serve others. Okay? So, let's declare this. Today, I declare, sorry. Nabigla ba kayo? Sige, isa pa. Nagulat kayo, ang aga pa eh, no? Tapos na, no? Okay. So, declaration. 1, 2, 3, go. Today, I declare that my business will serve people with integrity and excellence. I reject dishonest, mediocre, greed, and shortcuts. I will honor every customer and deliver the value I promise. Following the example of Jesus, I will pursue greatness by serving others and giving my best in everything I do. May my work honor God, create genuine value, and build lasting trust in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you and God bless.